I was cleaning out my old billfold, looking for a fishing license card, when a faded grocery receipt slipped out on the garage floor. June 18th, 2004, milk, coffee, eggs, and bread. At the bottom in your handwriting, don't forget I love you. I'd carried it for 22 years without even knowing. You wrote it while I loaded groceries, smiling like you always did. Said one day you'll find this little note, then laughed before you kissed me. 3 months later came the phone call. A drunk driver crossed the line. Some days still feel frozen somewhere back in that July. That receipt in my wallet turned out to be a love letter. Not expensive, not fancy, just 6 little words that outlived everything else. Funny how forever can fit on a piece of paper most folks would have thrown away. Our daughter turns 25 this Sunday. She's got your laugh, your stubborn heart, and somehow your handwriting too. I showed her that old receipt. She smiled through tears and said, Mom knew you'd keep it, even if you didn't know you had. Yesterday she surprised me at the grocery store. When I got home, I opened the bag of coffee. Inside was another receipt. At the bottom it said, don't forget, we love you. Now there's 2 receipts in my wallet, 22 years apart. One from the woman who taught me how to love, one from the daughter who taught me love never really leaves. It just finds a new handwriting. Every Wednesday after work, I'd stop by O'Malley's down the street. Not for the beer, not for the game, just 40 minutes off my feet. There was an old man by the jukebox, always sitting chair number 9. Same brown jacket, same black coffee, same quiet look in his eyes. We talked about the weather mostly, baseball, fishing, county fairs. Never once about the silver band he still wore after all these years. One December he missed a Wednesday, then another came and went. The waitress looked toward his empty chair and quietly said, his wife still comes every Friday. She can't bring herself to stop. That old jacket on chair number 9 still hangs there every Friday night. She drapes it over the back like always, then orders 2 slices of pie. Some people think she's holding on, some whisper she should let him go. But love don't answer to the calendar, it only answers to the soul. One snowy evening she waved me over, said, would you mind sitting here? She pushed his coffee across the table, then smiled through quiet tears. She told me how they met in '68 at a county dance in June. He promised every Friday night, I'll always save this seat for you. Now that jacket on chair number 9 means more than leather, thread and time. It's every promise someone kept long after goodbye. Love don't always need a heartbeat to keep showing up each week. Sometimes forever wears an old brown coat on an empty seat. Spring rolled in with blooming dogwoods, but one Friday she wasn't there. The waitress folded up that old brown jacket and laid a single white rose on the chair. Nobody spoke, nobody had to. Now chair number 9 sits empty, but somehow it isn't alone. 2 coffee cups still rest there sometimes, from folks who knew their story. Whenever somebody asked about them, we just smile and point that way. 'Cause in a little bar outside Savannah, love still keeps its Friday date. Yeah, some marriages end with a funeral, the best ones never really do. There's a wooden bench at mile 42 along an old Wyoming trail with a mountain view. It ain't on any map you'll find in a tourist stand, just a place beside the pines where the wildflowers still dance. I first saw it one September after 14 hours on the road, hauling cattle through the bighorns with a heavy load. The sun was dropping low, painting gold across the sky, and carved into the back were words that caught my eye. If you're tired, sit a while. A year went by before I passed that way again. This time after losing my brother, my closest friend. The world felt colder than the snow building on the peaks, and grief had stolen every answer I was trying to seek. So I pulled over by that bench as evening settled in, found a notebook in a weatherproof box tucked underneath it then, filled with notes from strangers passing through the years, written in faded ink, stained by rain and tears. At the bench at mile 42, people leave pieces of the truth, a prayer, a memory, a goodbye, a reason to keep moving through the night. Some roads are lonely, that's for sure. Some wounds take longer to endure, but hope keeps showing up somehow at the bench at mile 42. One note came from a trucker who beat cancer in the spring. Another from a young girl learning what forgiveness means. A widow wrote about her husband and the stars he loved to see, and every page somehow felt like it was speaking straight to me. I sat there till the moon rose high above the mountain line, reading stories from strangers who had survived their hardest times. Then I took my pen and wrote my brother's name inside. For the first time since he left, I didn't feel alone that night. At the bench at mile 42, people leave pieces of the truth, a prayer, a memory, a goodbye, a reason to keep moving through the night. Some roads are lonely, that's for sure. Some wounds take longer to endure, but hope keeps showing up somehow at the bench at mile 42. Nobody knows who built it there or who first placed that notebook down, but sometimes the best things in this world appear without a sound. Not every hero wears a badge, not every gift has a name. Sometimes healing starts with strangers who walk through the same pain. Now every fall I stop again and add another page with a pen, watching the sunset fade beyond the blue. And when life gets heavy, when the answers disappear, I remember all those voices that I found out there, and how a simple wooden bench helped carry people through. Yeah, hope still waits beside the pines at the bench ranch at mile 42. I was cleaning out the boathouse down by Beaver Lake, just outside of Rogers, Arkansas, when I found an old green tackle box covered in dust and spider webs. It belonged to my grandpa Eddie, best fisherman this town had known. Been gone near 15 summers now, but somehow that place still felt like home. Inside were lures and faded bobbers, a pocket knife worn smooth with age. Then underneath a bundle of line, I found an envelope tucked away. There was a photograph of Grandma June standing by the water in '58, and a little gold ring wrapped in paper with words scribbled on the page. It said, if you find this ring someday, don't wait too long to say what your heart's afraid to say. Life moves faster than a river runs, and tomorrow ain't promised to anyone. I almost lost your grandma once, too stubborn to tell her how I felt. Son, love's the only thing worth risking for. That note hit me like a bell. That night I drove across the county to a little house on Maple Street, where a girl I'd loved since high school days had nearly become a memory. We sat beneath her front porch light while crickets sang through the dark, and for the first time in my whole life I spoke straight from the heart. It said, if you find this ring someday, don't wait too long to say what your heart's afraid to say. Life moves faster than a river runs, and tomorrow ain't promised to anyone. Lost your grandma once, too stubborn to tell her how I felt. Son, love's the only thing worth risking for. That note hit me like a bell. 3 months later, down by the shoreline, where the water caught the evening glow, I slipped that old gold ring onto her hand and watched happy tears start to flow. Some treasures never come from the water, they're the ones hidden deep in your soul. Yeah, I found that ring someday, and I finally found words I was afraid to say. Life still moves like a river runs, but now I ain't facing it alone. Grandpa's gone, but his lesson remains, carried through generations like a song. And every time I look at her smile, I thank him for holding on to that ring so long. Yeah, love was waiting in a tackle box all along.
Mama always kept an old brown Bible on the table by the rocking chair. Its pages smell like cedar wood and 30 years of whispered prayers. Every Sunday she took a 20 between the Psalms and John. I'd ask her why she never spent it. She'd just smile and carry on. She'd say, son, this ain't emergency money. It's for someone hurting more than me. You'll know the day it's meant to leave, when the Lord lets your heart see. Back then I thought she was just talking, like parents sometimes do. I never guessed those simple words would one day pull me through. That $20 bill in my Bible was never really about the cash. It was faith folded between the pages, waiting for the right path. You don't measure wealth by what you're holding, or the numbers in your hand. Sometimes the richest thing you'll ever own is the chance to help someone else stand. Mama passed one cold November. Leaves were falling through the yard. While packing up her little farmhouse, I found that Bible where it was. The 20 was still tucked inside it, soft from years of patient grace, just waiting on the next chapter in somebody else's day. Driving home through pouring rain, I saw a young man on the shoulder
holding a cardboard sign that read, "Need gas to get my daughter home." I reached into that old Bible and finally understood that $20 bill in my Bible bought more than gasoline. It bought a little girl one safe ride home, and tears nobody'd seen. Now every Sunday there's another one tucked between those worn out pages, 'cause some inherit land or money. I inherited Amazing Grace. Yeah, Mama never spent that 20. She spent a lifetime teaching me when to. Main Street, Tennessee, late July heat. I was fixing up a Chevy across from Maple Street when I looked up from the engine and caught a glimpse inside a little bridal shop with lace hanging in the light. There she stood by the window with a tape measure in hand, pinning up a wedding gown, humming with the radio band. A strand of hair kept falling, she kept brushing it away, and somehow that simple moment stole my breath that day. For weeks I'd find excuses just to walk that side of town. Need a coffin, need some nails, anything to come around. She'd wave through the glass and smile every time we met, the kind that makes a man believe in things he ain't believed in yet. And then one Friday after closing, as the sun was sinking low, I finally crossed the street instead of letting another chance go. We talked until the courthouse clock struck 10:30, and before I drove away, I knew I'd see her again. She was the dress in the window, the answer I never knew I needed, like a light shining soft through the evening glow. When my heart had nearly quit believing, she didn't crash into my life like a storm rolling through. She came slow like a summer sunset, painting everything new. And every road I traveled led me somehow to the dress in the window and the girl I fell into. 3 years later on a Sunday, church bells filled the air. The whole town gathered smiling as she walked down the aisle there. And hanging in the front display where I first saw her stand was the very dress she'd stitched herself with her own 2 hands. I watched her coming toward me through the tears in her eyes, and every prayer I'd whispered finally fell to life. Funny how forever started with a glance across the street and a man too shy to walk over and speak. She was the dress in the window, the answer I never knew I needed, summer sunset, painting everything new. And every road I travel led me somehow to the dress in the window and the girl I fell into. Now there's a little girl sleeping upstairs tonight with her mama's green eyes and her smile so bright. And sometimes when I lock up the garage after dark, I still look across Main Street and thank God where it all started. Yeah, she was the dress in the window, a simple moment nobody else would have seen. But some of the greatest love stories begin in places ordinary as can be. Now that old shop still glows every evening downtown, and every time her laughter drifts around, I'm reminded that forever sometimes starts with a view of a dress in the window and a dream coming true.
The scoreboard lights were flickering above the 50-yard line. October wind rolled through the stands on a cold Nebraska night. I sat alone on the top row where I used to hear them cheer. Now the bleachers felt a little bigger with every passing year. There was a time I wore that jersey with my number on the back. Thought Friday nights would last forever underneath those stadium lamps. But life moves faster than a fastball, stronger than your plans. One day you're chasing glory, next day you're shaking working hands. Now I punched the clock at sunrise at the grain mill by the tracks. Got 2 kids who wear my old cleats and a mortgage on my back. The mirror shows a little gray where the dark used to be, and the dreams I thought I'd lost are staring from the stands at me. My oldest boy ran on to the field wearing number 23. Same nervous smile I used to hide before the referee's whistle blew for me. And suddenly I understood what all those years were for. Some victories arrive much later than the ones you're keeping score. Give me one more season of sunsets and small town lights, one more harvest moon hanging over Friday night, one more chance to stand beside the people I call mine. 'Cause the best things in this life don't last forever, they just borrow time. One more season of laughter around the kitchen table, one more season of faith when life gets unstable. Every year keeps teaching me what matters most to hope. You don't count your life in trophies, you count it in the souls. The game was tied in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes left to play. My boy threw a pass downfield and the whole town lost its mind that day. The crowd erupted like thunder rolling across the plains. But what hit me harder was the pride running through my veins. After slowly beneath the starry sky. He talked about the winning play while I just smiled and drove, because someday he'll leave this town and chase a dream beyond these roads. And when he does, I hope he learns the thing I finally know. Give me one more season of sunsets and small town lights, one more harvest moon hanging over Friday night, one more chance to stand beside the people I call mine. 'Cause the best things in this life don't last forever, they just borrow time. One more season of laughter around the kitchen table, one more season of faith when life gets unstable. Every year keeps teaching me what matters most to hold. You don't count your life in trophies, you count it in the soul. The wheat turns gold and falls away, winter comes and spring returns again. The years keep rolling like a train, but every season leaves a gift behind. When the final whistle blows, I won't remember every score, I'll remember who was standing there when I walked through every door. So give me one more season of ordinary days, one more sunrise shining through the window's dusty haze, one more Sunday church bell echoing through the air, one more chance to tell my family just how much I care, one more season of memories still waiting to be made, one more season watching children slowly find their way. And when the good Lord calls me home beyond these fields of gold, I'll thank him for the seasons more than anything I own.
There's an old brass key above the kitchen door, hanging from a crooked nail since '74. Most folks never notice when they walk inside, but Grandpa said that key saved our lives. Back when Kentucky coal jobs disappeared and hard times settled in for years, bills piled high and hope ran low, like winter snow along the road. One December night, a stranger knocked, cold rain dripping from his coat. Said his truck broke down beyond the ridge and nowhere else was open. Grandma fed him beans and cornbread, Grandpa gave him a place to stay. Before he left the next morning, he quietly handed them that key. That key above the door reminds us you never know what kindness starts. One small act can change a lifetime, leave a mark upon a heart. When you're down to almost nothing and the world feels cold and far, sometimes grace shows a light where darkness was. A month later, Grandpa lost his job and thought he'd have to leave the land. But then a letter came from Lexington, signed by the same stranger's hand. He owned a growing hardware company, needed someone he could trust. Said a man who helps a stranger in the rain is the kind of man I want. That key above the door reminds us you never know what kindness starts. One small act can change a lifetime, leave a mark upon a heart. When you're down to almost nothing and the world feels cold and far, sometimes grace shows up uninvited, a light where darkness was. Now every Christmas Eve we gather, kids and grandkids packed inside, and Grandpa's story gets retold. The snow drifts past the window light. That old brass key still catches candle glow, like a blessing frozen in time. Yeah, that key above the door reminds us the richest things can't be bought. A warm meal, an open doorway, and helping hands when hope is lost. Never get too old. You never know which simple kindness might come back 100-fold. So we leave that key right where it's been, above the door for all to see. A reminder that a stranger once arrived and changed our family. I was 8 years old that winter, standing in Johnson's general store, staring at a baseball glove hanging by the front door. Mama counted every dollar, said maybe next paycheck, son. I smiled like I understood, but I knew there wasn't one. As we turned to leave that morning, an old man tipped his hat to me, slipped something in my little hand and said, "Don't lose your dreams." It wasn't much, just a silver dollar, smooth from passing hand to hand. He said, "Keep this in your pocket till you become the kind of man who sees another little boy looking through a store window. Then you'll know exactly where this old coin ought to go." He he walked outside into the snowfall. I never learned his name. That coin in my pocket bought a whole lot more than things. It bought a promise to tomorrow, passed from stranger down to me. Sometimes the richest people never own a mansion at all. Sometimes all they leave behind is one old silver dollar. 40 years rolled by like freight trains. Now my hair is turning gray. One December, just before Christmas, I saw a little boy that way, looking through the sporting goods store at a brand new catcher's mitt. His mama pulled him gently back, said, "Not this year, sweetheart." I reached inside my jacket pocket. That old coin was still there. I knelt beside him with a smile, placed it softly in his hand. He looked up and asked, "Mister, what's this for?" I heard myself say the very words, "Don't lose your dreams." Now that coin's in somebody else's pocket, just like it was meant to be. A little smaller in my world, a whole lot bigger in his dreams. Maybe someday he'll pass it onward to another kid somewhere. And long after all our names are forgotten, that old silver dollar will still be changing lives.
Grandpa's toolbox sat untouched for nearly 5 long years in the corner of the garage, collecting dust and memories. Rusty wrenches, bent up nails, receipts from '72, and 100 little pieces of a life nobody knew. One Saturday in early spring, I finally opened it, just looking for a socket set to fix a fence a bit. But underneath the bottom tray, folded tight and warm, was a hand-drawn map on yellow paper, weathered, stained, and torn. Across the top it simply said, "For whoever finds this first," and listed roads through Missouri and a dozen little towns with circles drawn around old places I had never heard him name, and one short note beside the edge that only said, "Take the trip someday." So I loaded up my pickup and headed down the line, following that faded map, one county road at a time. The first stop was an old diner where a waitress smiled and said, "Your granddad used to stop right here every Thursday before dawn." And that map in Grandpa's toolbox wasn't leading me to gold, it was leading
our family names. One pen led to a schoolhouse where he fixed the furnace free. Another to a farmhouse where he'd helped a widow keep her wheat. There was a church in Kansas where he built a handicap ramp, and a riverbank in Iowa where he rescued a boy from the current's grasp. No newspaper had ever written a single word about those days. No medals hung upon his wall, no headlines praised his name. But town after town I met folks whose lives he'd quietly changed, and each story painted someone bigger than I'd ever known. Yeah, that map in Grandpa's toolbox wasn't leading me to gold, it was leading me through kindness he never stopped to show. Every stop revealed a lesson, every road revealed the truth. The strongest people often leave their greatest work unseen. The final mark was on a hillside overlooking fields of corn, where Grandpa used to watch the sunset when he felt tired and warm. There I found a small tin box buried underneath the stone. Inside was one last letter, written in his careful hand. It said, if you're reading this, remember, life ain't measured by what you own, it's measured by the people smiling because you helped them carry on. And if you ever feel forgotten or wonder what your life is worth, leave this world a little better than the day you found it first. And now that map hangs in my hallway where I see it every day, and whenever I get lost, it still shows me the way.
Came home early on a rainy Thursday, mud still clinging to my old work boots. Your truck was there beside the porch, but another one was there too. The kitchen window glowed so warm, like every other night before. Funny how a man can lose his whole world standing at his own front door. You froze the moment that you saw me. You slipped out without a word. The silence hit a whole lot harder than anything I could have heard. Wedding pictures line the hallway, frames we'd picked out years ago. Every smile hanging on that wall belonged to people I don't know. So I left my ring there on the table, right beside the life we
simply choosing to leave. I loaded up my old half-ton. Didn't take much more than clothes. That front porch swing kept moving softly in the wind we used to know. Halfway down that gravel driveway, I look back one final time, not because I wanted you, just to leave the hurt behind. So I left my ring there on the table, right beside the life we made. Some promises are built forever, some just slowly fade away. You can keep the house and memories, every picture on the wall. Love ain't worth begging for when it isn't love at all. Months roll by like passing boxcars. Healing never comes overnight, but every sunrise found me stronger than the man who drove away that night. I learned a broken heart don't stay broken if you let tomorrow in. Yeah, I left my ring there on the table, but I found myself again. Some endings feel like losing everything till they become where healing begins. Now when I look back through those years, there ain't no bitterness inside, 'cause the best revenge I ever found was building a better life. And somewhere that old gold band still lies, but it doesn't belong to me anymore. Every Tuesday at 6:15, she'd walk into Murphy's Cafe alone, order sweet tea and chicken pie, sit 3 tables from the window. I'd be there with my black coffee, pretending to read the local news. Truth was, I knew every little habit, every smile, every pair of boots. For 7 months I never spoke, just nodded when our eyes would meet. She'd leave $1 in the tip jar, always wave to everyone she'd see. Oh, Miss Betty caught me watching, laughed and said, boy, you'll never know if you keep falling in love every Tuesday without saying hello. 3 tables from the window,
3 steps too scared to take. I could rope a wild Mustang, but my heart was bound to break. Funny how the strongest hands can still tremble when love is near. Sometimes forever waits on one small word, the hardest one to hear. The next Tuesday I got there early, bought 2 slices of pecan pie. When she walked in, I pulled out the chair and somehow found the nerve to smile. She laughed and said, "It's about time." I wondered how long you'd wait. I've been sitting 3 tables from the window, hoping you'd ask me on a date. 3 tables from the window, 3 steps I finally made. Turns out all those silent Tuesdays were leading to this day. Funny how the strongest hands can still tremble when love is near. But one little chance can change your life when you choose courage over fear. Now every anniversary we stop by that little place, order pie and sweet iced tea, and smile at the empty space. Sometimes the shy young couple's there, looking just like we once did. So I quietly pay their check and leave before they notice it. 3 tables from the window, that's where our story starts. Not with fireworks or fancy words, just 2 ordinary hearts. Now our grandkids laugh when they hear how close we came to missing this. All because a country boy finally leaned in for a kiss. Yeah, love doesn't always arrive like thunder. Sometimes it waits 3 tables from the window. Friday night in Cheyenne, Wyoming, dust rising under arena lights. The whole town packed those metal bleachers, waiting on the ride of the night. I was 25 and full of fire, with a borrowed dream and a busted knee, holding on to one last season before life decided who I'd be. The chute gate rattled like thunder, that black bull weighed near 2 grand. Folks called him Devil's Highway, no heart. It's only 8 seconds forever, 8 seconds hanging between fear and faith, 8 seconds to prove to yourself you ain't backing down today. The world keeps telling you play it safe, but some dreams don't work that way. Sometimes the whole life fits inside 8 seconds forever. The gate flew open like a shotgun blast, and all hell broke loose below. That bull twisted left then right, trying hard to throw my soul. I felt my shoulder nearly give out, heard the buzzer cut through the air, and when my boots hit Wyoming dirt, I knew I'd left a piece of me there. It's only 8 seconds forever, 8 seconds hanging between fear and faith, 8 seconds to prove to yourself you ain't backing down today. The world keeps telling you play it safe, but some dreams don't work that way. Sometimes a whole life fits inside 8 seconds forever. I never wanna go buckle, never made the Hall of Fame, but I still see those lights every time I close my eyes. And honestly, I'd do it all again, 'cause some victories don't need trophies, just a story worth telling someday. Yeah, it's only 8 seconds forever, but those seconds changed my life, taught me courage ain't about winning, it's showing up and taking the ride. And now my son wears my old cowboy hat and dreams beneath the same big sky. And when he asks me what it means to live, I tell him find something worth risking for, 'cause the best moments don't last forever, but forever can live in a moment. On a gravel road in northern Montana where the winters cut like glass, there stood a one-room general store that somehow still managed to last. The sign was faded, the floorboards grown, the coffee pot stayed warm, and folks stopped in for more than feed whenever there was a storm. Old Miss Evelyn ran the place since 1979. She knew every kid, every ranch, every hard and troubled time. But what folks talked about the most was a rusty iron key hanging from a nail above the door for everybody to see. Nobody locked their houses much back when the town was young, but times changed like the weather and trust grew harder to come by. Still that key stayed hanging there through every passing year, and if you asked Miss Evelyn why, she'd smile and say it's here. For the day somebody needs it more than pride will let them say, For the day a soul gets stranded and can't find another way, then she'd pour another coffee and go back to her routine, leaving folks to wonder what she really meant. That's the key above the door, for the lost and the worn, for the hearts carrying burdens they weren't meant to carry alone. When the road gets dark and lonely, when hope gets hard to find, there's still a place in this world where somebody leaves a light behind. Then came the blizzard of '08, the worst anybody knew. Wide walls of snow swallowed fences, trucks, and every familiar view. A ranch hand named Miguel got caught 30 miles from town. His engine quit, his radio died, and the temperature kept dropping down. By pure luck, he found the store near midnight in the storm. The windows dark, the streets deserted, not another soul around. But there beside the entrance, hanging where it always had been, was that rusty iron key and a note tucked underneath. It said, if you're reading this tonight, come inside and get warm. There's soup in the freezer, blankets in the back room. Pay it forward when you can. That's the key above the door, for the lost and the worn, and for the hearts carrying burdens they weren't meant to carry alone. When the road gets dark and lonely, when hope gets hard to find, there's still a place in this world where somebody leaves a light behind. The next spring folks gathered around and asked Miss Evelyn why. She said, my daddy taught me something before the day he died. He said, kindness ain't kindness if it waits for recognition. The best things people do are usually done unseen. Now the key above the door still hangs where it hung before, and travelers tell stories about what that little town stands for. Not the mountains or the cattle, not the rivers running wide, but the simple faith that somebody will help you through the night. Yeah, the key above the door still leaves a light behind. In the corner of Gate 12 at Nashville International sat an old upright piano, worn smooth from years of travelers' hands. Businessmen, young dreamers, soldiers heading overseas would stop and play a song or two before disappearing with the breeze. Most folks walk right past it, chasing flights and deadlines fast, never knowing every scratch upon that wood belonged to someone's past. But every Tuesday just past noon, an old man took that seat and played melodies so beautiful the whole terminal grew still. Nobody knew his story much, except he wore a faded cap and carried a photograph folded in his jacket flap. One afternoon I missed my flight and wound up listening near when he started playing Amazing Grace. I noticed tears. After the crowd had drifted off, I finally asked his name. He smiled and said, "I'm Walter, music's why I came." Then he pointed to the photograph he'd carried all those years. A young woman at that same piano, smiling ear to ear. At the piano at gate 12, time slows down for a little while. Strangers become stories, and sorrow learns to smile. Every note carries somebody, every chord recalls a name. And for a few sweet minutes, we're all travelers just the same. He told me back in '89, his wife sang in the local bars before cancer took her voice and left silence where songs are. On her final day, she made him promise through the pain, don't let the music leave this world when I can't sing again. So every Tuesday for 20 years he'd come and keep that vow, playing her favorite songs for people rushing through somehow. And nobody realized the reason behind those melodies until a reporter shared the story nationwide one week. At the piano at gate 12, time slows down for a little while. Strangers become stories, and sorrow learns to smile. Every note carries somebody, every chord recalls a name. And for a few sweet minutes, we're all travelers just the same. The next Tuesday something happened no one there could have planned. 100 people gathered round, singing softly hand in hand. Flight crews, kids and weary strangers filled the terminal with sound. And Walter sat there crying as his wife's favorite song echoed around. Now the piano at gate 12 still stands beneath those airport lights, and every Tuesday people gather before their flights take flight. Some come for the music, some come for the story told, but everyone leaves remembering that love can outlive growing old. Yeah, the piano at gate 12 still keeps her song alive. Met her at exit 17 on a Sunday morning drive at a roadside farmer's market just outside of Caroline. She was selling jars of honey from her granddad's old beef farm, with sunlight in her brown hair and wildflowers in her arms. I stopped stopped to buy a mason jar and head on down the road. But we got to talking about the weather and the places we called home. An hour slipped away like dust drifting through the breeze, and somehow that little roadside stand felt like where I was meant to be. The next week I came back again, pretending I needed more. Honey stacked up in my kitchen from the visits before. She laughed and called me out on it, said you ain't hard to read, then handed me a lemonade and pulled up a chair for me. By August we were dancing at the county fair at night, beneath the string of colored bows glowing soft and bright. The band played an old two-step while stars filled up the sky, and I knew right then I didn't want another goodbye. She feels like Sunday morning at exit 17, like a place you've never seen, but somehow always dreamed. Like the first warm sun after a week of pouring rain, like finding your way home without knowing you were lost along the way. She ain't fireworks or a runaway train. She's a steady kind of love that stays, and every day with her still feels like Sunday morning at exit 17. Now there's a porch swing by the farmhouse where we watch the evening fade, and a little girl who runs around the yard chasing butterflies all day. The honey stand still opens every weekend in the spring, and folks still stop to buy a jar and hear the old bees sing. Sometimes I'll catch her smiling when she thinks I'm not aware, and I swear she's just as beautiful as that first morning there. Funny how a simple stop can change a whole life's course, like turning down a road you almost passed before. She feels like Sunday morning at exit 17, like a place you've never seen, but somehow always dreamed. Like the first warm sun after a week of pouring rain, like finding your way home without knowing you were lost along the way. She ain't fireworks or a runaway train. She's a steady kind of love that stays, and every day with her still feels like Sunday morning at exit 17. People talk about forever like it's some impossible thing, but forever's just 1,000 little moments in between. A cup of coffee on the porch, her hand reaching for mine, the ordinary things that make a life shine. Yeah, she feels like Sunday morning at exit 17, like the sweetest little blessing I never saw coming, like a song the radio plays exactly when you need a reminder that the best things arrive quietly. She ain't fireworks or a runaway train. She's the steady kind of love that stays, and
after all these years, she still feels like Sunday morning at exit 17.
Cabin 12 sat at the edge of the lake, up in northern Idaho pines. Just a wooden dock, a tin roof, and a view that could stop time. Every summer since I was a boy, Daddy'd take me there in June. We'd fish till dark and tell old stories beneath the mountain moon. And life got busy like it always does. Jobs, bills, and growing old. Years slip by without noticing, like leaves before the cold. Daddy called every now and then, son, we oughta head up there. I'd always say, maybe next summer, thinking there'd always be one to spare. But the light in cabin 12 still burns inside my mind, like a beacon from the years I lost, calling me back through time. You think forever's waiting on you, till one day it slips away, and all that's left is a porch light shining on the memories that remain. Last October, we buried Daddy under a hill beside the church. And a week later, I found his keys in the pocket of his work shirt. So I drove north through the mountains alone, past rivers running cold and clear. And when I reached that old cabin porch, I had to stop and wipe my tears, 'cause a light in cabin 12 still burns inside my mind, like a beacon from the years I lost, calling me back through time. You think forever's waiting on you, till one day it slips away, and all that's left is a porch light shining on the memories that remain. Inside I found his tackle box, his coffee mug beside the chair, and a note that simply read, glad you made it here. I don't know when he wrote those words, but somehow they found me right on time. Yeah, the light in cabin 12
ain't just blowing by the lake. It's every chance we get to love before it's gone someday. Now every June I bring my son, and we fish beneath those pines while the evening settles on the water and the stars begin to shine. And when cabin 12 lights up at dusk, I swear Daddy's still there somehow, smiling from that old porch swing, watching over us now.
Rode into Cedar Creek at 10:30 with a rusted duffel bag and a past full of sin. The church bell rang through the Alabama air like it still remembered a boy who grew up there. Mama's porch light glowed at the end of the lane. Same white swing, same window pane. I stood in the gravel with my boots in the dust, wondering if this town still had room for us. 10 years gone chasing city neon signs, trading quiet sunsets for overtime. I lost a good woman somewhere along the way, missed birthdays and Christmas Day. Daddy's old toolbox sat beside the barn, covered in rust but still holding strong. That's when I learned what I'd been running from. A man ain't rich if he's got no one. I'm back to Cedar Creek, back where the river bends, back to the front porch nights and my oldest friends, back where the stars still shine without the city lights, back to the roots I left behind. I thought freedom lived somewhere far away, down endless highways I could never stay. But every road I took led me to see home was waiting back in Cedar Creek for me. Now the wheat fields dance in the evening wind, and the boy I was is alive again. Mama laughs while the coffee brews, talking about all the things I used to do. The scars are there, but they don't define every wrong turn shaped this life of mine. And when the sun drops low beyond the trees, I finally feel a little peace. I'm back to Cedar Creek, back where the river bends, back to the front porch nights and my oldest friends, back where the stars still shine without the city lights, back to the roots I left behind. I thought freedom lived somewhere
Cedar Creek for me. The miles don't disappear, they become part of your soul. Every broken mile marker helped me find the road. And the man looking back in that old truck glass ain't the same young fool from the past. I'm back to Cedar Creek, where the church bells ring, where the river keeps telling the same sweet thing, where forgiveness grows like summer rain, washing years of hurt away. I spent a lifetime searching for what I couldn't see. Turns out home was the thing that rescued me. And under these Alabama stars tonight, I'm finally where my heart belongs.
Bought an old farmhouse outside of Lexington, white paint peeling off, porch leaning toward the sun. The realtor said it's been empty near 30 years or more, the kind of place where memories still creep through every floor. I spend my Saturdays fixing boards and patching cracks, pulling down old wallpaper nobody wanted back. Then one rainy afternoon, behind a bedroom wall, I found a faded envelope that looked like it survived it all. The paper smelled of dust and time, the ink was turning brown. It started to whoever finds this, if this house is still around. It was written by a farmer's wife in 1953 to a child she was carrying, but knew she'd never see. She wrote about the dog they had, the willow by the creek, how his father sang while working and prayed before he'd sleep. She said if life gets hard someday, don't let bitterness take a root. The strongest hearts are often grown where storms have passed on through. And I read every word by the light of a lamp, like a voice reaching out through the years and the dust, from a woman I'd never know, in a world long gone away, still finding a way to say, hold on to the people you love. Don't wait too long to speak, 'cause time keeps moving like a river, and tomorrow ain't guaranteed. I couldn't stop thinking about that letter for days, so I started digging through records, old archives and names. Turns out she passed that same year, before her son was born, and he grew up in that farmhouse where she never saw him grow.
into his 80s, raised 3 daughters of his own, and left behind a family. I tracked one granddaughter down in Bowling Green one night, and when she read her grandmother's words, she broke down and cried. She read every word by the light of her phone, like a hand reaching out from a place she'd never known, from a woman she'd only seen in a picture on the wall, still answering a call to hold on to the people you love. Don't wait too long to speak, 'cause time keeps moving like a river, and tomorrow ain't guaranteed. There's 100 ways to leave your mark. Most of them won't make the news. Sometimes forever starts with paper and the truth you choose to leave behind. The house still stands beside the willow, the creek still runs the same, and now that letter rests inside a frame where no one will forget her name. Yeah, I keep those words beside the door, where I can read them when life gets hard. A reminder that we're all connected by the stories in our hearts. And long after these walls are gone, long after I'm gone too, maybe somebody else will find a piece of hope hidden in the things we leave behind. Yeah, a piece of hope hidden in the things we leave behind.
I was headed home to Tennessee after 6 long months overseas. Window seat, row 12, seat 8, just counting miles till yesterday. Then a little girl climbed on the plane, holding a stuffed bear in the rain. She stopped beside the empty chair and asked, "Is somebody sitting there?" Her mama smiled and shook her head. "Honey, not anymore," she said. She buckled in and held her close while silence filled that narrow road. A flight attendant leaned my way, whispered words I'll never shake. Her daddy was supposed to fly today. He never made it home. That empty seat on flight 417 said more than words have ever been. No suitcase there, no cowboy hat, just everything she wished she had. Some heroes miss their flights to heaven before they make it home again.
And sometimes love is measured most by the empty seats we leave behind. Halfway through the flight she looked at me, asked if I'd color with her please. She drew a house beneath blue skies with one man standing way up high. She pointed at the clouds outside, said, "Daddy says that's where he'll hide. Whenever I get scared at night, he'll turn the porch light on." I had to turn and face the window so she wouldn't see me cry. That empty seat on flight 417 carried more than memory. It carried dreams that never landed, promises still floating free. Every mile across those clouds felt heavier somehow, because love doesn't disappear, it just changes where it's found. When we landed in Nashville, she reached up and hugged my neck, then tucked that little drawing inside my jacket vest. She whispered, "If you see my daddy, tell him I was brave. There wasn't a dry eye in Terminal C." Now every time I board a plane, I always notice one empty place. Not every chair is truly vacant. Some are filled with grace. And somewhere above these endless clouds, where the morning meets the blue, I believe the Father smiled that day, watching his little girl come through. Yeah, I'll never forget the empty seat on flight 417.
Every night around 11, I'd roll across I-40 West. Coffee in the cup holder, 40,000 pounds to haul ahead. Channel 19 was mostly chatter, truck stop jokes and weather reports, till one old voice from Amarillo started checking in, and every night at 4 he'd say, "Breaker 19, how's everybody doing?" Like he knew us all by name. They called him Old Coyote, nobody knew where he lived. He'd born about black ice in Kansas, or where the highway started to drift. When somebody broke down after midnight, he was always first to call. Didn't matter who you were, he answered every call. He'd finish every conversation with "Keep the shiny side up, boys." That voice on Channel 19 got a whole lot of us back home. Through blizzards, floods, and desert nights, none of us drove alone. You never saw his face, never shook his hand, but somewhere in that radio static was the best man in the land. Then one October he went quiet, a week, then two, then three. The highway sounded different without his Tennessee drawl to lead. One night a rookie keyed the mic. Anybody heard Old Coyote? Nothing. Then a woman answered softly, "This is Linda. He passed away last Monday." She said he loved every one of y'all, even the ones he never met. He said the highway was too lonely to let anybody drive it by themselves. Nobody talked for nearly a mile. Now every night around 11, someone checks in on Channel 19. Breaker 19. How's everybody doing tonight? And before signing off, every driver says, "Keep the shiny side up." Not because it's just a saying, because it's how we remember him. Yeah. Some men never become famous, they just become family to thousands of strangers. Morning fog was hanging low on the Blue Ridge line. An old red barn stood crooked where we spent our younger time. I rolled through town on Highway 221, past the diner by the courthouse where my story had begun. Mama's porch light faded in my rear view years ago, chasing bigger dreams through cities that never felt like home. I traded mountain sunsets for a skyline made of steel, but every mile I wandered left a wound that wouldn't heal. Worked the night shift winters in the cold Tennessee rain, carried more regrets than dollars, riding freight trains through the pain. Then a letter from my brother showed up worn, stained with age, said, "Dad still leaves your fishing pole beside the river every day." stop beside an overlook as daylight slipped away. Watched the mountains turn to shadows, and I heard my conscience say, some roads are meant for leaving, some are meant to bring you back. And I finally turned the wheel toward the life I used to have. I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills, to the church bells ringing and the whippoorwills, to the front porch stories and the river bend, where the hard times broke me and the healing began. Every wrong turn led me where I needed to go, through the storm, through the heartache, through the winding roads. Now the mountains call my name like they always will. I'm coming back, I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills. Dad was standing by the mailbox when I pulled into the drive. A little older, a little slower, but the fire was still alive. He didn't say much when he hugged me in the fading evening light. Some things don't need explaining when you've been gone half your life. Mama set an extra plate and laughed the way she used to do. The radio's playing old songs drifting through the room, and for the first time in forever I felt the weight release, like the mountains wrapped around me and handed back my peace. I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills, to the church bells ringing and the whippoorwills, to the front porch stories and the river bend, where the hard times broke me and the healing began. Every wrong turn led me where I needed to go, through the storm, through the heartache, through the winding roads. Now the mountains call my name like they always will. I'm coming back, I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills. You can spend your whole life running from the boy you used to be, but the roots beneath your footsteps grow deeper than you see. And when the world gets heavy and the highway loses light, home is more than a place, it's the reason you survive. I'm finally back in the Blue Ridge Hills, where the sunrise paints the valleys and the time stands still, with my family beside me and the river rolling slow. There's a kind of peace you'll never find out on your own. Every long road brought me to this front porch view, to the memories I left and the dreams that came true. Now these mountains hold my heart like they are